country school, then use the look markers. Yang Sujila, Sumbo, Yotna, those who wanted to listen to the translation of His Holiness the Dalai Lama in English, they can tune FM 98, please. Those who want to English translation should tune in FM 98 please. Sit.
Dot Tamaduk Dot Tamaduk 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 Tatampumaduk Tamaduk 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 Dot Tamaduk Dot Tamaduk 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 Tatampumaduk Tamaduk Tamaduk Dot. Dot. Tamadub. Dot.
다 들으되 설자 자치 메모 엔 들으되 가와도 대봐 뭐네 왜 가대 송지기 타네 엔 들으되 장소 좀체 두스레 엔 안드데 아마 나지 투스 로자도 추 대tem제 야고총 쟤네 다 들으되 가달라메 치사디 뒤제 태무던 저와 여도베지 샤티가 요래 엔 들으되 가다지 점올이 디가라 태가 산제베 주 냠네 치겐 이내리 매내리 띵아야 감유청에 치망 조되기도 와 사지리 인도산에 나랑은 샤샤네 배 치릉도 내야 심슈 파려야 지다 에너조 대바도 때문에 전환즈 배 탐지 루어메베 토네 에네 말람 접두드자네 땡땡 마치 릉구 영야리야 편도 땡땡 요리 드레이 뒤쳐서 상월로리야 투지체시 쇼기
tene skondone tebo soma da derin yika tene tatpa dang tamsegi wa metpa tene kyuja sho nyana la mangpo jikyo te do soma tene dika tene abir gadmo jik tu soma ra lord ya dang truk chakane tene I tsang sale katuk pola tezuk shik tukan be ma standard sangpo soma ra ha tene skondone teo soma ra le tene chola tatpa yotkane na yin metkane na yin skundun la delwa chokane jiktene ka tene skundun la tene tatpa chokanda sijok chokane mi manga chenjik yote no somara ta kyujana ika zomte tatpa dang tamsik yoa metpata tene skundun kongrang e tukseme na tene azug yotkan bejate skundun sering po yukshas te chiga yo tene kyujangune sang ma tatpa tanpe thokna tene skundun skusering chala monlam tapkane tengeske zongde la skundun tene ma skusering mo yuksha en songara tene skundun la tene tatpa dang tamsik yoa metpata tene skundun sering po yukshas te chiga yo tene kyujangune sang ma tatpa tanpe thokna tene skundun skusering chala monlam tapkane tengeske zongde la skundun tene ma skusering mo yuksha en songara tene skundun la tene tatpa dang tamsik yoa metpata tene skundun sering po yukshas te chiga yo tene kyujangune sang ma tatpa tanpe thokna tene skundun skusering chala monlam tapkane tengeske zongde la skundun tene ma skusering mo yuksha en songara
다 들때 아다 타마를 깨워. 아니 땡슈 피하셔 도스리. 엔다 아니 네데 저가게 상황 제하셔 도스이. 사탕야를 네데 상황 그 주사 제하셔 너무도 저래. 아니 디링데 지난주 대바다 탐지 요매에 애니 로마 애니 설자 포모 긴지 참을로게 애니 누버 지식부터네 애니 점면 송아 장쇼아
테네 스콘도네 테보 송아라 테네 디링이카 스콘도네 테네 세왕살라 자차노소 테네 죽마비카 케나 스콘도라 테네 아도고 제가 불자노소 스탄죽 불자노소 아라 다 이카 세왕살라 상한라 스콘도네 테네 드룹작 자차노 테네 차피기 돈바토나 자차노소 테이치게 투스폴라 주장 상메 마 tatpa 스탄페 토나 테네 치가 이 롤메 조악포 사가자 치게 소아
되게 아래게 되게 레오는 시리 아마 로자도 주 레데버스가 되게 투스 세상 아래 심슈를 깨체 로자도 주장 소토야 지기 그 심슈를 깨서
테네 스콘도네 테보 소아다 다락 다레스간라 아마직 아비식 로르 야단 트룩론 칸직 테네 투 소아라 테브 톡칸 비자 테 스콘도네 톡세미나 아마 테네 톡셈 슈크락 락포지스케 소아라 스콘돈 코랑 테네 로르 야단 슈트랑식 테네 죽샤시 테네 톡셈 마 슈크샨직스케 소
다잖아 아다 저가가 시루 상황 제약이 내 데이터 주사 제약에 현황조 때 디디비 자서 포모 긴시 여매와 지금 겨울을 보셔야 생그 띵네 가보다 심다 예보지 여도 현황조 상물로기 아니 점면송아 장쇼아
테스콘도네 테오 소아라 이카 테네스콘도엔 룹작자데 카톡발라 마탕 미망 스캬셋 포모 상메 테네마 tatpa 스탄페 통나 테네 롤메 중악토나 자치게 송아
야야 콜레르 다레마 투더라인지예 두리나 남레르 정마염라 자세로 오모타리 투다레 투레소 오모타리 투다레 투레소 와 오모타리 투다레 투레소 와 오모타리 투다레 투레소 오모타리 투다레 투레소 와 오모타리 투다레 투레소 와 오모타리 투다레 투레소 와 오모타리 투다레 투레소 오모타리 투다레 투레소 와 오모타리 투다레 투레소 투다레 투레소 와 오모타리 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 와 오모다레 도다레 도레소 Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re zo. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa. Omo dare do dare do re zo wa.
Timichiwe Samaton, Tera,
Chida ba yu ni chida lu yin ju do za ba shu.
Garan Namji, Nindarish, Shagaya Lamada, Chanjuk Sam Komya, Ranshantan, Rurusi Chanju Sam Yavati Sari, Randun Trunaya Chanjuk Sam Komyari, Shandun Trunaya Chanjuk Sam Komyari, Sen Dil Deva, Lu Deva, Sam Kivati, Chanjuk Sam Komyato. 아니 저 치무소래 처럼을 처럼 아니 담보던 저에 전체야 그게나 상고해야지 장주고 쓰면 공배 토네 영향을 해서 사진이 인도산에 내 장주고 쓰면 공해야지 내 냠는 게 틀이야 송기에 대단 첩시 아니 난시세베 춘디 배시 나란소라야 지기 디두 지기 차당 계약이 윤라면의 디디 딱든잖아 니주매다 봐 전쟁면에 좀 해봐 민자 다여 좀 이버지기 디동니 상로동야 디 내년달이 상된 거래 세상에 데리데 안다 대주기
So, on the part of the disciples gathered here, you should reflect on Bodhichitta and the view of emptiness rather well.
Tene tonta kaduk singata rupcha yorna chanchu sen bogomna tevi tene rup tuba no somara ha somba sanara chanchu sen gomcha po kundun kongrang nyamle ne tene mana changme sang sa chesho po yi tevo goma jade somara ha teo tang nyamto tene daksang ata pilok na tongka ne chalak kaduk si yor te chalak kun las tete ngata semena Yamena nin tochak sketchak, Yamena ni jedang sketchak, Yamena tradok sketchak, Kei sketchak ko kertena, Pilo chalak ko kertena, Korang ingos na independently dukan toksik, Tezuk si ngata tong et kya songat. Kalte te tonga nangzin la tene ngata stakchat chos te kera nang nyampo, Tonga nangzin ni chalak ko, Korang ingos na independently metkak te store chachat, Tevu kertena, Stongi til tawabo tene gom skundoni goma zade swara sombasa chanchu ge sem dang stongi tope sherap yiska goma zada nang nyampo tene I miseka I nang yin skewa stigma seraba tene ngata to tak rupcha sangya chasi tene lam khas ko tene tyo yin no so skundon phana nyamle tebo zade swa 규자군 가운 결단은 야와린 보자테네 이나타 타파요 테그니상 잡초의 셈보당 송기도 베샤라포테네 곰차세 규자랑 송루저 고마다데
So, today, you are making a long life puja offering to this Buddhist monk who makes bodhicitta and the view of emptiness his main practice. So, in order to such a Lama, a Guru, you are making your Tenshuk offering, the long life offering. So, on your part also, you should regularly think of and reflect on Bodhichitta and the view of emptiness as well. It's not only about some kind of doing, reciting prayers or mantras and making some aspirational prayers. This human life has a very special quality, and when the external conditions and internal and external conditions are right, you should make yourself a worthy student of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who, by making the bodhicitta and the view of emptiness as your main practice,
Tongi to pesheram nyamlen zada nangjen la nyang tyo sok chen samkane samsul bo tene kyujana sambatan poji kura zat son.
Oh yeah. In other gate, Pusha Sever,
Migotam. So while I do the preparatory practice, please do the recite the Aryatara mantra.
Tene drolme zunga om tare tu tare zerkan bo tene swagat zachi he son.
Hoya. Call the Taran to the Rayan, to the no, Drama Yuma Sansa. Om tare to the saw, om tare to the saw. Oh yeah.
Dita Goswami Yenna Papel
Dare do dare dure soha om dare do dare dure so. Om dare do dare dure so. Om dare do dare dure so. Om dare do dare. Om dare do dare. Om dare do dare dure so. 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 Dare do dare dure so, om 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 dare do dare dure so. Om dare do dare dure so, 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 om dare do dare dure so. Dare do dare do re swaha, 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 dare do dare do re swaha. Dare do dare do re swaha, 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 dare do dare do re Omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so. Omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so. Omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so, dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so. Omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so. Omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so. Omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa. Do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare. Omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa. Omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so wa, omo dare do dare do re so,
Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omo dare do dare dure zo wa. Omo dare do dare dure zo. Omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo 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 wa omodare dodare durezo Omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa 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 omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo ondare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa ondare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo wa omodare dodare durezo Omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare Zowa omadare dodare dore 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 zowa Omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa 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 omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo Omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo Omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo Omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore Omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo Omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare So wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare Dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo wa omodare dodare dore zo
gyawadi yodo da yishin kholo zhuwa chikjama leba te salam changshu samso rinpo shi ma ye pa na gyawa nyamba me pa yang kona kundu pe wa la shu tongye tawa rinpo shi 다 되게 저가 이진 거를 청비하기 주샤디 심버체 다 간다 미스징부 대바 삼게 모서 시작하면도가 저분이 되가라베 체증부 땡에 된데기 야 선배ring들라 차다 모성 가나도 삼단대가 되게 여기 열에 뛰거겠면도가 나랑도 때 체증부 대하지기 로던 다와 니리신도 계속 야오 시게 애니 디터라야 동니가 더 삼단토나 어다 탑시 송지기 삼로동야 디디도 니리신도 삼로동토나 뭐나 자네게다 대어토버 전던 대버지 용기 열에 나를 샤샤네 니리야 샤가 라마다가 자주고 쓰면 거미야 애니 동니가 더 거미야 애니 타에 내저든데 먹고 열대는 조조데 자주고 쓰면 거미야다 동니가 더 거미야데 조치되게 자 드리지 삼단데 등도 딱서 저거 유미 세월라고도 드는 산제서서 다져도 다냐다가 진행제도 되면은 제메스베진들라 역월면 저 대다를 차사하기 소스베 삼른나라 탐자로 땜보시 영되겠도가 세상 알아서 치료전에 치료군내야디 개체보르디 치료군내베 치디 링러 가다 저 계심 캬바 전식 아니 니리신도 상단 지게이나 치증도 내외 경고창하리 신 치증고 중에 디고 성에 서로 차바이나 그밖에 못가
마다다랑레 테네다 세주비 테네아조포 지가보 자차르텐 바랑하 다스콘도네 테보 송아다다라 마타 세링모 치고 루스테창 할라샤메
My gosh.
세링모 루스테테네 마타에 디파망포 삭나 세만망포 조나 테네 세링모 루스테창 톤탁식 마두가 판톡메차 소나
Just leave it.
마땅 세링모 세주체 세왕주 때 마땅 세링모 루샤시 테이투스피나와 테네 마땅에 장축의 셈나 송리토 테시라군 곰
Aufgehört.
테네 게라스 망포지 테네 조투나 테네 세링모 루스칸디 테네 고스파고 루케노 소아라 군돈 코나 테네도 차자나 군돈이 테네 마동 장하나 테네 장추의 셈당 테네 송리토 페시라 약탕 고만자데 소아라 교멘발 하이 나조 속대주 망포 범주 여자가 소아라 인나 소이케테나 장축의 셈당 송리토 페시라 곰보샤고 각장 줄때 여자가 소아 테네 군돈이 식식도나 자테 테비나 테모 여자 세링모 루스테 테네 미세 테네 톤타 미세 링고 테네 켈테나 톤다
So Solomon was saying that, of course, we may be able to think of living a long life, but we should not live a long life which we spent on doing all kinds of negative things, tossed by negative emotions like attachment, anger, jealousy, and so forth, but live a long life which is worthy of living with a good heart towards others, and mainly practicing bodhicitta in view of emptiness. So here, people gathered here through faith and devotion, men and women, young and old, monastics and lay people, and so you should So you should know that everybody on this earth do not want suffering but want happiness. And so you should think of making this life worthwhile human life to help others, be of good heart, good heart.
Te sambabo kurte janma nocha se las macho janma panto chocha se tene sambabo kyuje kurgo sano hesuan.
So don't harm others but help others, and as human beings we have these ears with which we hear sounds and voices and so forth, and eyes to see things, but whatever appears to us, these visual objects or audible objects and so forth, they do appear as if they have some independent existence from their side. But we should remind ourselves that they do not have such an existence. And so though things appear as if they have some independent objective existence, there is nothing whatever which exists independently and objectively from their side.
Mata Toa Nazini Chalak Ketana, Amospona, Mana Togi Merkiaso. Ina te Chalak Yotsugo Ketana, Yuchigino, Yumama Chigino, Zerte, Ming Tak Sankanjig Mene, Amospona Salte Chanang, Ikana Yumayin Zerkanje Amospona, Stanju Mana Merkanje Soar, Josoxi Samlot Po Kujaran, Tangoshat Kaptane no so, Tebola Stente Mata.
So when you think of something about Bodhichitta, you have some internal self-confidence as well as some sense of concern and sadness for the suffering sentient beings. So with Bodhichitta, when you think of Bodhichitta, there is this mixed feeling of joy and sorrow. But if you keep up with the practice of Bodhichitta, with the help of the view of emptiness, I have a feeling that I may be able to reach the path of preparation.
Sombasanara, Semshukota, Semshko Iska, Sheste, Tene Chanchu, Sembo Boman Yampo, Chanchu, Sembo Stanpo, Tapoji, Teju, Janswana, Kundun Kora, Tene Yamlen Zate, Junimo Yamlen Zate, Chanchu, Sem Chungte Yoswana, Tenana Tene, Lam Skenana, Soglam Zerkango, Skeste Yot, Lam Nispa, Jolam Zerkango, Tochate, Tene Kundun Tasa.
So with regard to the emptiness, as Chandrakirti says in Madhyamaka Avatara, that things they do appear to have some independent objective existence, yet they do not have such an existence. So what this shows is that they exist merely by way of designation.
Stongi diskola matang sanglo tangan nyampo chala ko mana metna tena awat panasnos kalkanjiang do panto kanjiang do tyo chino samde sambatana nyampo tyo yu no yu mano tete state taste drukane te chala ko yoteno.
So earlier His Holiness was talking about Bodhichitta being the factor which fulfills one's own goal as well as the goal of others. I daily pray this verse. As long as space endures, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain to dispel the misery of the world. So this is said, which is said in Bodhisattvacharya Avatara. And as I say this prayer and think, reflect on it, I feel myself in tears. So together with this bodhicitta, this altruistic spirit of enlightenment, when you examine things and try to look for their identity, we cannot pinpoint the things as being this or that, and so they are merely designated. So I've combined these two principles of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness in my daily practice. So the bodhicitta helps in accumulating merit or positive energies, and the view of emptiness helps in accumulation of wisdom. And through these two principles, one treads through the path system, beginning with the path of accumulation, going on to path of preparation, path of seeing, path of meditation, and then finally reaching Buddhahood. And so with this kind of practice, one can feel that it's possible to reach the Buddhahood. And so you, as my Dharma friends, should meditate on bodhicitta, this altruistic spirit of enlightenment, and the view of emptiness, so that they don't become mere prayers for you, but you will be able to actually experience bodhicitta if you put effort in developing it. And so, first you need to go through this process of studying about bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, and then gain understanding based on that. And having gained understanding through listening and study of about bodhicitta and a view of emptiness, then you will have a confident conviction that you have through the process of reflection. And so through reflection you draw the understanding based on reflection, and then you'll be able to integrate these principles of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness within yourself. The understanding and insight that you have gained through reflection will be turned into understanding that is gained through meditation. So you go through this process of study, reflection, and meditation with regard to bodhicitta and the view of emptiness.
In Nayang Tevi Teningatanga Panang Pananos, Noskalanos, Tevi Yotsulbo Kertena, Stente Yotkanjik, Taste Yotkanjik Mene, Te Tontako Kertena, Korang independently Yotkani, Tezuksik Nastanjik Metkaso, Tes Nastango Kertena, Stongi Larshat Suldan, Stongi La Samlotang Sulgono, Te Nangjin Chote Samlo Tana, Tenengata Hagocha Kyasan. David Pier, Tenengata Chichogo Sekya, Pena, Goma Kertenangata, Pobjong Chogo Sano, Soaraha, Chanchu Semzerkan Bokazuk Shia Zerano, Chanchu Semzerkan Boketena, Kazuk says Kenyan Chano. Teozola tene hopjong gyala chogosa tena zola stongi zerkan bo kazuk shia zerano stongi zerkan bo ngospen naso kazuk nastang jiga zerano zerkane tegola hala hopjong gyala choste tantan choste hopjong chogosa no testing mona te towa samlo tangosa o changchu sem zerkan bo zuk shia zertein tek duk tantan 이 낭진 때문에 갈등하다 곰나 장축의 샘절간 뭐 스케치 유틱도 Matanga pilo chalak pala stakcha chuan nang nyampo matanga thon nang jin la minuk yotul bo kerta nang te ushing me no derte samlo ta nang nyampo songi to pe serap jerkan ba skegi yocha do song skia no song basa tene o dete thak cha te o yu tan tan jo thak cha te na tenna nang jin la mu tu te tene gom go sa no so te bo gom nang nyampo tene lam sumena lam skena na soglam jerkan boske jorlam jerkan ske thonglam jerkan gomlam jerkan sok tene sarchu galte ngata senjula sela skeste tene ngata sangye nyen kyawa ka dare senga la chanchu sem gomcha ko kertena tene taps stongi to pe sherab jerkan bo gomcha ko kertena sherab stongi to pe sherab jerkan bo tang tene daksi sherab bo tang 장초 예sem 속에 탑니스가 냠포 고민 찬ang 냠포 되는가다 상자세 되는 고팡 남천 절간보 톱주 요때노 또 초마초 아메네 대톱차세 슉포케테나 마땅 상메나 요때노 대비피아 고마 법정 쪽고사노 테스팅나 테비스콜라 삼로 땅테 냠렌 쪽고샤 각자네 노 소마로
야 When
I do this kind of initiation, empowerment and blessings, I ask the disciples to do the all-encompassing yoga mind. It is part of of course, the ritual, but today we are doing the long life initiation based on Aryatara. Therefore, I would like you to do the
그래.
So first we'll do the mandala offering as a request to confer the initiation. May the great sound of the Dharma drum put an end to the suffering of sentient beings. May you live for inconceivable tens of millions of years and remain in the world and give teaching. So with regard to the all-encompassing yoga mind generation, First, know that all sentient beings across the expanse of space do not want suffering but only happiness. So, all sentient beings have been kind to us. So, even when we are born as human beings, we are helped by others, and even animals cannot live alone by themselves, but they need to depend on others. So we are now born as human beings, and all human beings on this earth live in communities, and they survive on the basis of communities. And so, similarly, with regard to gods, non-gods, and non-humans, and so forth, they do not. There's none who live all by themselves without depending on others. So all these nocturnal animals, spirits, and gods, deities, and demigods, and so forth, have karmic connection with us as well. And so we should think of benefiting all these different sentient beings. So think about that. So with this, generate the aspiring bodhicitta within yourself, thinking of benefiting all sentient beings across the expanse of space, whether they are humans, animals, demigods, spirits, non-gods, or non-human spirits, and so forth. So earlier His Holiness was also talking about Bodhichitta being the sole agent or factor which brings fulfillment of one's own goals as well as the goal of others. And with this, in this connection, His Holiness recited certain lines from the text for taking Bodhisattva vows, where it says, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha Dharma and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fulfill the aims of myself and others, I shall develop the spirit of enlightenment. Having developed the spirit of highest enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings as my guests. I shall enact the delightful, supreme, enlightening practices. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. So, right from the beginning of the day, as soon as he wake up, as soon as he reflect on bodhicitta and the view of emptiness on a daily basis. So we should make these two principles our daily practice as well, to make this life a meaningful one, as well as to be a worthy disciple of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So usually we talk about being, harmed by Zen and Gyalpo and Nagas and so forth, these different kinds of spirits. And then we also make offerings of Dharma for the Nagas and so forth. So if you think carefully, all these beings, the spirits and Nagas and so forth, also want happiness and want suffering. And so they are objects of our compassion. they are not to be dispelled or shooed away through certain rituals, as we sometimes do. So, because of their unruly mind, they cause harm to others. So, this is really gives concern to us for their well-being. So, in our prayer, we say that all sentient beings across the expanse of space, since time beginningless, directly or indirectly, have been those who help us, benefit us. So temporarily, they seem to be harming us, but in the long term, we can see that they help us. And so all these harmful spirits, the so-called harmful spirits, we should have compassion for them and not use rituals to dispel them or to shoo them away through rituals. So when you actually think of these rituals to dispel the harmful beings, you should have compassion, especially for these sentient beings. And so I do meditate on Bodhichitta when I think of doing this kind of ritual. So Bodhichitta is the factor which benefits sentient beings indirectly or directly. All sentient beings, since time beginningless, have been our near and dear ones, directly or indirectly. And so think of bringing benefit to all these sentient beings across the expanse of space, as infinite as the expanse of space.
लेकिन denba tene ngata samlo chik tang na teo madiga no so ka tene dein do hande do japon do jumbo indo teguni ngata skapto snoda no so ar tebu ketena ngata na rang chezine kya ngarang sangme sang sachan chore kya teguni sangata khorang sachan chore kya tezuk snastang jig madikan bijapste skapsto chi teguni ngata snote no so 대단한 가다 삼로도 되어 kurgose cha soara igunang kertenang mar yun rinpoche ngata samlotana kon ketana ngata nyen gyurt.
So earlier when His Holiness was talking about emptiness, he says that he meditates on emptiness on a daily basis, that things do appear to us as if they have some objective independent existence, yet they do not have any objective independent existence. They are merely designated. So Chandrakirti in his Madhyamaka Avatara says these conventional realities should not be subjected to ultimate analysis.
남지 나타 판토스테 나타 년 줄때 작투스 부테 뭐 마스톡사 메네 테상마 나타 년 줄때 요테노 테숙 나탄지 안틱파르몰라 마시사 조테노 네 테상메 톤탁 쳔 때문에 테 삼술만 파곤지 히쭈미 때문에 판토 루빈 삼간에 삼바보테는 dak사 곰자디 소아
자상가 닌제
So these sentient beings, the spirits, ghosts, the rakshas and so forth, they who think of only benefiting themselves and harming others, they should be object of our compassion. Instead of pushing them away, we should think of helping them. So they also have been our near and dear ones. In this life, they, because of some mistake in their dealings with us, they are trying to harm us. But ultimately, we should know that all the blames goes to oneself. So we should think that due to my unruly mind, these so-called harmful beings appear, and therefore they also want happiness, not suffering. Therefore, they are objects of compassion, our compassion. And so when you think along these lines, then it's really beneficial to oneself.
Tene khogun tene ngata asno pas kyachas ko khetena ngarang e chosuljik ta ngarang e samsuljik madik kan bijate khonguni nga sno te no samkane sambabo kurgo sano so lelan tamcha chigla da so amena te yongcha se tene chiga sama gal chiga bo patak ko sama khetena nyena du philo te na melpano nyejate khong la shoyongte khongune tene dipasapto Nyejate dipasapto madigano dipari samkane samsul boku gosam chezana khonam khete ngate nyen jurte ogar tu ringmo china ngata mas nyen jala lawo jala ma phantos kanje jurte cha naskap nye samsul tamkan be madikan bisate khone mas no tas kalkan soksik thongdo madigano samkane samsulbo teguni tonta tene nye chen samkane khongla mikte singje ske go shas ko tene kharchane no so
So when you reflect on Bodhichitta, this altruistic spirit of enlightenment, all these so-called ghosts and harmful beings, and if you think of helping them, it's something that you would find to be amazingly good. Whereas if you try to shoo them away or dispel them, I mean, it's really not the way we should do. So all these harmful beings, if you could develop strong compassion towards them, then it would be good.
Nispabu kirtana korangone lasgan sapte tezugse rikshe skesteno dipari samte tegunla ningje mana shanteske gosano so ara naskati kone lasgan pasakan bezate jumbo zerkan tezuga skeste chichita mata chokna mati gyocha nispabu lasgan sakan te iska zomkan bezate tene mata tokan toksik toano te nastam begatene ngata konla tene yungskare zuwa yoste storma pangte komola no paskale na teo norte no teo madiga no so dikpani ko lag nante wange tezuxie skete no shningje te kwanye pantoksen samkane sambabu tene ngata skego sa no mene ko metkan chen zerte storma pangta to teo na teo norte no so
oh yeah
So I will think of Bodhichitta, and to your best ability, think along these lines. Selfishness is the root of all unwanted experiences. And cherishing others, mother sentient beings, is the root of all good qualities. Therefore, please bless me to be able to exchange self-cherishing attitude with the cherishing other sentient beings. And so you should think of the disadvantages of self-cherishing attitude and the advantages of cherishing others over oneself alone. So with self-cherishing attitude, all the mishappenings happen in the world, whether it's in family at the family level or community level or world level, global level. Whereas if you can exchange this self-cherishing attitude with the cherishing others, it would have the opposite benefit. So all these wars and fightings, quarrels in the world happen because of self-cherishing attitude. Whereas if you look at all sentient beings as your near and dear ones, close to your heart, so all of us who are born from our mothers, we started our life with the affection and the nurturing with the mother's milk. We are all same. Therefore, we should think that we are all same in wanting happiness and not wanting suffering as human beings as well.
Ta skondoni tevo soara jikte ni na kalte manar sokoji kazu shi yon na teo kerte na rang chizin zerkan bi ngarang rang sachan in ngarang rang rinchan in samkani samba bisha te teo yon no soara tene janma gun la nastak mana mata janma gun chi chana chachuk ze janma gun yalwar dorkani teo chokse samsul ni jote no pa soara ta chanchu ge sembo gomcha na rang chizin bu kertena nyokta sangma yongcha kangal sangma yongcha se patak po inkan bo hago cha tang janma sangma sache inchas po kertena skit po yongcha tang tener gamo yongcha tunmo yongcha site yongcha te tene patak inkan bo tyo ngozin bo se tene te sambanis ka tene jan chizin bo socho te rang bo tene yalwar do cha se samlo to tang go se kya sa ta daksa jikte ka samshik nyoktaji yon yot gyaltap chik tang chik truin yot gyaltam chik tang chik ashmak tang yot tene sonchagun mana mamang potarung spelin yot te sangma spelchas po chia tukte yot kyang zena te chokang nuna rang chizin bo nga sonte logo janma chi chanang cha nga skit po yongo janma chi chanang cha samkane te rang chizin bishas te yong te no so ara ta nga tang samsul bo tyo tango se kya so daksa nga notkan kazu shi yod na tebu sangma nyeni no nga pantos kan skyang no kitpo goskan skyang no dukpo goskan mana metyaga samkane samsu do mata kur gosano tezuk sokpo chokan dikparik mati no kwa mashes pe mangi ino samkane tyo sokse samba bol jeste rang bote zam nang sak mitang cha janma gon satcha sorte janma pansen dupcha se samba kurgosha po khakchane no so janma sangma tene ngi nyenin sik tam tu chike nyen ge nga pan toskan in samgane jan cheze ne tene samba bo skego sano rang ches parzen be samba bo tene spang go sano tezuk ji gona tene changchu we sembo gom go sano so
kan go sanje be
as Buddhists, we believe in the Buddha nature, on the basis of which we say that we will be able to reach Buddhahood. So all these defilements that are in our minds should be overcome through the antidotes. So the Buddha himself wasn't someone who was enlightened right from the beginning without having gone through the practices. He was at one time full of negativities and under the sway of his own negative emotions. But through his practice and overcoming all these negativities, defilements that were in his mind, became finally a Buddha, a fully enlightened one. Just as he went through the path system and trained himself on the path, and likewise he taught us the path that has led him to enlightenment, saying that we will also be able to reach that same goal as him. The goal of enlightenment.
tene semena tene nyonmong kan la sakan tyo sokse yotja tene kongoni man mehnat zate yu sokse lambo gomste tene semena yotkani nyonmong rang che zinder kan metkan jote jan che zinder kan gyala yurchukte tene tesuga lam gomte tene sangjas ka tena sokla ngatang tene te sombo yotkan bijaste tene ngatang daksi lambi kana 장축이 샘 고면도 스톡미스토 페샤 또 고만한 냠포 테네 나타 림페 테네 또 상게샤 요 테노 테샤 출버케 테나 남파 상게스페 초시 샤출 제게노 송
점점 코로나 에네 당고 소주소도 토끼.
So the Buddha himself first generated Bodhichitta, and having done that, then he went through the practices and of enduring hardships and so forth. And then finally became enlightened. So similarly, his followers should understand that the Dharma means it is something that one should practice and integrate within one's own mind so that they are able to reach Buddhahood through training and practice, so that they tread along the path to enlightenment, and which culminates in Buddhahood. So this is what the Buddha himself has taught us as to how we should go about with the practice that leads to Buddhahood. So all of us should do our best to look at or view the self-cherishing attitude as something faulty, and cherishing others as something that possesses good qualities or excellence of the sense of cherishing others. And so on a daily basis, try to develop this attitude of cherishing others over oneself, so that you can diminish the strength of cherishing oneself. And so through one's familiarity, this experience can happen, and you can feel transformation within yourself as well. As Shantideva says, there is nothing which does not become easier through familiarization. So when you pray, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings, what you should do is this attitude of cherishing others over oneself should be developed and made enhanced further and further, so that you overcome all the defilements within yourself and reach Buddhahood. So all sentient beings do not want suffering but want happiness. And especially those who try to harm others should be objects of our compassion. So these ghosts and spirits and so forth should be especially our objects of compassion. And so have this in mind and try to bring benefit to others as much as you can. And as Madhyamaka Avatara says, things do not exist the way they appear to us, as the text says. And so on the one hand, you should think of the fact that things do not, whatever they are, things do not exist the way they appear to us. And so I make bodhicitta and the view of emptiness the main practice on a daily basis. And to my Dharma friends, I would urge you to make these two practices, the Myomin practice as well. And so please keep this in mind.
Tene chi sama skyon sama shkangan sama yongcha se patak ko inkan bo mo zinte rang shezi ni samba bo shukchunga tangcha se tapshe chogo samo sa daksa sakpa mata jana gunle chi chanang cha samkane tene nastak metpa tene yarwar dor tene nastak metpa ko mana zuk mana kyar macho borkane te samlo to spango samo se tebi jaga bika jana gun rincha socha Janma Sachan Joseph Tenete Jan Chesin Zerkane Samba Boske Gosat Kaptane no so ara Tene Kule Tebula Big Tenengatan Janpane Lobo Kule Ram Chesin Kule New Joseph Tapsela Silla Batna Jan Chesin Bo Merkan Jurtan Ram Chesin.
So the verse that His Holiness recited from the verse Madhyamaka Avatara is the verse that relates to the refutation of absurd consequences, consequence that conventional truth would be able to withstand reasoning analysis. So if you, which means that if you assert that things have some objective independent existence, then there would be this kind of absurd consequence. So this is what is refuted by Chandrakirti in Madhyamaka Avatara.
Tene stamalu kanji bol skemi tuchati chalapsing menokto sketu gano so tebo kertena chanchu gesemgoto tan stongi to peshera bonsu bola tene dasas kondoni umanju pe siksi mola madasa tebo mata diste lo zumte te ka samlo tango sa so dendaram khachan yote doa kanchir mosto dida nam chat nam volkane sekpo tebi tonta po chi so azate no zanana po Darena la juskan na de la pelok na chala ka do shik thom na te thongsul bukhete na no te kya sa spena janma ji is no de na janma is no kan bo amos na tantan duk khoi nga amos na duk samkan mastena janma mastena khorang suktobe toksi khorang mo na yotkan toksi na ta thongsul bola te suk se kya te bija te samsul ma te suk se kya te na ta mo met na no sa Yena amos pana pankanji tas no kanji yote no pa tewo ketena awa ming taksanga you no you I no that can tendel zonkanji thanya de te yote no salte chana thogyu netya der kan tes nastambo samlo temo chose tana nyampo amos pana salte chana minuk samkane samba boskya na nyampo mospen na luk thatu ko amos pana met pano nye thomsul no norte no Hanno dekan bo kertena stente yokan jikane samlo toskiana nyampo tebo kertena stongi pil spor da samlo tamsul bo yinkya tola samlo jalaji tana nyampo tene stongi zerkan bo moto tete samba bo sketcha so ta dare singha la ramche zin bo spang janche zin bo ma nyam demo chote gonte changchu semchang tola kertena kunzo changchu semchyo na juno sa Dasi tola pelo chala kola stafta jos tena korang na thogim metkane te na tambo tene demo chose samlota na yapo stongi derkan no moto dano po de stongi thago kan ve lobola tontam chamchuge semjo no mo te iska tene zongre la gongo salpo tene samgya sa tene thabin kya
So from my own experience, as I gain experience, I find that to fulfill one's own goal, the main factor is bodhicitta. If you think well about it, it helps to fulfill one's own goal as well as the goal of others. So it's very good. So when I think about bodhicitta, all these so-called harmful beings that spirits, and so forth are objects of my compassion. I do not think of, or it's not needed as well to try to dispel them. So I feel compassion for them. And similarly, there is also talk about subjugating others or overpowering others. In order to fulfill that goal of being able to subjugate and overpower others, it would be best to think of benefiting all sentient beings. And so this is also good for your long life and power and all these powerful evil spirits. When you have compassion towards them, they naturally feel depressed or discouraged to harm others. And so, whatever practices you may do to accomplish the peaceful accomplishments or the extensive or wrathful and subjugation and so forth, it will be all of them can be accomplished through bodhicitta.
Devi tene taspang changchu sem gomchas po ino so te changchu sem gomchas pe ketena janma gunang tene mata chogla thate yo te wang du nyana no rang ton tapang te druba no so ta da se jumbo der kan san der kan te guninga ta snotu samkane sambabo kurte kwenga snotu kwenga snoskadu samkane sambabo kurte ko kerte nam dra toxic dusman toxic samna kurte to metkan chocha se pe gestor pangcha so storma pangcha so to chote snatambo jogo samano so te menba kong la hingje sestana kong ne mana kong ne rang che dine uteno kong te vija te chos teno dikpari hingje samte sambabo kurna sokpoma chora kor sokpo nokma sama kor dikpari hingje no samkan sambabo kurang nyampo kong la ha gote kong la snong chakte nga matiga no samkan ko na te samchulo ske yuyote no so ara tebo songba sangnara daksite janpani lo zerkanbo changchu sem zerkanbo gomanang nyampo yewe la sang te kana drobano trape la sang te kana drobano te niska drupcha se tene tapmat sangme sang gyalchok por satcheshos po changchu sem gomchas po ino so
oh yeah that yidi
So all these things that I've talked are things that I practice myself, and I can see their practical effects and results. And so, my Dharma friends, you should also make bodhicitta and the view of emptiness your practice on a daily basis. Think about them on a daily basis, and because the transformation happens through practice and familiarization. If you practice and do these practices day by day, month by month, year by year, you will see transformation within yourself. As it is said that whatever things comes through causes and conditions, they do not stay static. They're always going to change. So, everyone, please put effort, work hard to practice bodhicitta and to do practice of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, reflecting that His Holiness the Dalai Lama is telling us to do these practices as he himself is doing these practices. And because of his practice, he's able to have experience. He has experience of these principles, and therefore he's teaching us And so, when we talk about practice of the Dharma, it's not only reciting prayers, but integrating the content, the subject matter of the prayers within yourself, so that you have the experience of what is taught in the text, in the Dharma, and therefore you make change and transformation within your mind, and therefore you will have true peace of mind through your practice. And so, the main practice for longevity is this peace of mind. So, to have the essence of this long life initiation is to have good heart and to overcome the misunderstanding of reality. In other words, ignorance about the reality of things, and understanding reality as it is. And therefore, with this understanding, you should receive the long life initiation of White Tara.
Kate dasi ismala songa zakane ram chezin go ketena mar soko eno samkane samba botang janda gun ketena ma pantok chane no janme ton tak chogo chano samkane samba tenang te ingje goncha te sem zampo goncha kon kule jatang mana jundu diring dachi jakchi kon dutrakchi kon dachi kon lona lotu te gonna Dari site ngata yula yotkan te ingje chumun bo janpan samba chun yotkan bo tene cheru yarja chacha tantan yoten o se chi ze ngata sembo korang kertena mistapa yute no paze dusha yute to no paze kona yura yong nyancha se tene snasang zi yute yotkya te bijate te yura kongcha so kertena jaktan yang to la samlo tang se Gomna Tebukene Yarja Chano, so at the Yarja Churches for Skundun Kongrang, Tungyo Tona, Yamyo Tona to Songte, Specena to Yoten also, Skunduni, Yamlin Zate, Lomamu Yamlin Zate, Chanchu, Sem Tonskanbo, then Yamyo Tona Songte, Jacha Yatamba, Tola Kujaran, Iches Choste, Kujan San Toso, Tenekalte, Gomna. Taxing ngata yotkane ingje chumun chenmo songte tama changchu sense of yarja tsamche chanyan chaya teno te chachas ko kertena gyundu gomchas ko yang samlo tang sema jura sampo lechu chase tapshes ko mutu te chona to yongyan cha tantan yoteno ta to memba kelok na thongkan bor denzin jerkan na to se te dare singhana yutkane tegun chertena teo stongi thago cha se te moste snalu ga samlo tangcha se tene thapse se yotya po to yun tu te to hago cha se koshi chona tene stongi jerkan ma to yonggi yoteno tantan yonggi yoteno so nyame kundum kona nyamye ne tona sonte kundum kona tenabo zade 규제 상명 또 조고서 각자 인 소라ha 세왕 살아자자노 세왕할 때는 힘을 쏘게 되는 된다고 인 소라 세링자서 장초기 생범나 생벌로 되어노 생벌로 되나 감대보여야 대중시할 때는 마당 세링모 교라노 송바상 세링모 고세나 장초기 샘당 송미 때 배셔라 본고셔서 각자는노 때부터 되나 군들이 내리기 세왕 살아자때 때는 딱 소고 결때나 무투때 장추 샘고자나 송이 또 배셔라 규자나 곰자소 때네 군두네 때네가 합자 소보도 살다자테노 세만보라 자소
So, with regard to bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, the experience of which I have, these experiences have come through my practice by following the triple process of study, reflection, and meditation. In my childhood, I was only engaged in playing with others, and I wasn't actually interested in Dharma practice. I was doing sometimes backbiting on others, at others, or criticizing others. So you should also, my Dharma friends, not think that His Holiness is somebody very special and therefore he has these experiences. Do not think like that. You should know that I was in my childhood a naughty person. I was also playing all the time with other people like you. But as I grew up, I practiced the Dharma, and therefore, by following the triple process of study, reflection, and meditation, I have gained these experiences of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness that I am talking about. Although I have the title of the Dalai Lama, a reincarnation of the previous Dalai Lamas, I wasn't already enlightened, but these experiences of the teachings come through my practice. So you should know that.
Thosam Yamadalwa, Rjun Ringbo, Samlo Tanskan Bijate, Skundula Daksa Chanchu, Semdang, Stongi Sopesharap Chungte Yoswa, Chungunzana Tio Metpin, Chungunzana Skundunang Daksang Atang Etene Chugun Sogla, Chipet Sangskun Setchat, Nyagun Zumchat, Tio Soxi Nawaji, Chugis Nawaji Yotpin Mene, Chungunzana Tene, Daksi Chanchu, Semdang Teo Skono Teo. Metpin so te yongchas po kertena menat chote thosam cho thospa chote samba salte lo mangpo tene junding bona tezuk zate changchu yisem tene chungte in stongi to pe sherap chungte ino so rahal songba sanara daksang ngatang seme nastang kazuk shigyot kyujagu nang tene menat chote tene daksi lobjong gyala chote tevis korla samlo tangte thosam gom Thosam Zerkanbo Yamadala Chona, Kujanga Ngata Yotkani Daxi Sembang, Tene, Tukule, Kule, Yarga Change Changchu with Sem, Chungshan Yurnyan Chano, Stongi Stoknyan Chano, Teo Kakchan Osa, Gomana Yotkanjing Mano, Teo Menachote, Skenyan Chashi Yeno, Skechasi Nuspangatang Samena Jackson Boyotkasan, Somba Sanara, Kujarang, Jawarimbo Che, Tenel Loma in Kan Bijate, Skunduni Kazuk Nyamlenik Zadet, Kabo Nyamlet Zatsul was Skunduni Ngatan Song Azat, Tebo Ngatan Hanmo Chote, Tenekertena, Semina Jura Chongste, Daxi Sem Manpa un Metkan Choshate, Tapshe Darena, Palaskunduni Sunkan was Sema Borte, Tene, Chanchu Semdan Stongi Tope Sherap, Gom Goshaspo, Tu you do to you mutu te Gomchat, Kachanin, Debi Kertena, Chanchu Sem Mosma Gurgu Stongi Tope Shera, Mosma Skegi Yotyak to Jogosha in Son.
나야 세상에 자주 무슨 돈이 있다고 쉐이는
So when I talk about bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, do not feel discouraged, thinking that these are very difficult for us to experience. But think that even His Holiness the Dalai Lama himself, in his childhood, was someone who was not interested in the Dharma practice, but playing with others. But he, through his practice, has gained those experiences, and therefore I am also a human being like him, and therefore I can also go through the process of study, reflection, and meditation, and put effort in integrating the teaching within myself, so that I can have the confidence, that I will be able to experience bodhicitta, I will be able to meditate on bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, and that I will also be able to have the experience of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness within myself. And so I have this kind of courage, and not arrogance as such, but courage and the pride that you can do this and have the confidence that you can do these practices. And with this, you should do the practice of bodhicitta and view of emptiness on a daily basis. So with this, now we will start the initiation.
Gyawa Rinpoche skundu ne teo soma mena tene chunzana skundu nang tene nya zumcha so jipe sang sa sa so teo soksi lopchi yotpin tene tebo kerte nang kule tene lopjong zate tospa zate samba tantan salte tasting na semina yura lemin mu tute goma nang nyampo changchugi semang trung stongi tope shera bang trung Gyawa Rinpoche tu nyamlen zate tungskyak bahaz tene ngata sang mehna chona Gyawa Rinpoche mola data ngata teo skecha nokte mola zato kalte ngata mehna chikcho stana ngata na changchu ge sem skecha en kya stongi tope shera skecha en kya samkane semshu ko kurte ala lobjong chogo sanos tasting na te viskola samba tangste mu tute te nyamlen bo chona ngata skecha kya chieze na ngata na tene mean can be just structure chocha si datpe kyu dia semi kyu to ngata na yote no samkane sambabo kurte dare hala sunkane cirka nangjin chote tene ngata changchu sembo kule gominji mu tuter yun tute tu rumi pia chakma jo ejakang yunde gomin dogna stongi skola kule samlo tan dogna denbarang daksi ngata sembong kertena 야기야 첸직 뼈속세 때네 스군두니 두길라 중간에 장축이 샘속식 마땅 스케규였자 송텐 하 스통이 똑배셔라마 마땅 스케규였자서 바르솔 보초나 메낫 보초나 뼈속식 용규였자 나셈 팜고샤메나 나셈축 착고샤메나 삼간에 삼바보 kurte 때네 tuzgyun jaktangna ta diring na pala gozukstangna sapi re jaktang gomte mutu tetene gomna lobjong chos hamagona janma ati special to teososla mehnat chos te gomgo sano tene skunduni nyamlen zade tene skunduni ngatang lobmano ngatang sangme tenna nangjin chos te mehnat chos te changchu sem gomgo chano stongi tope sherap daksana gom gosha no samte sambabo kurte te nyamlen bo zachas kakchanin tene yu kertena dolkare seang tene chiga chungunde choshato yin sumara.
자상가 들으되
So today, those of you who have come to receive the long life initiation, there are many of you, you should not think only to have a long life, but think that you will make this life a meaningful one. So think about this carefully.
규장 삼롯고 때우 kurgosan nga 세링고직 용 삼간에 세왕주 때가 세링식 삼간에 삼바직고 마쿠라 nga 세왕주 때 세링고직 루스나 때네 이 미세봉에 돈딱jut간이 미세직 전 삼간에 삼바부kur 때 때네 세왕주 자노 해소
와야다 그러면 사람
Please repeat this request. All the Buddhas of the 3 times, the embodiment of honest you, my Guru, please bestow me this profound long life initiation. Please bestow upon me the profound long life initiation. As I said before, so think of bringing benefit to all sentient beings, long-term and short-term. And think that as this is a time that I have the opportunity to receive the teaching, on bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, and so make this strong wish that you will make this life a meaningful one for the benefit of all sentient beings. So by living a long life, that you will make this life a meaningful one, thinking about bodhicitta and the view of emptiness.
Any goes over Lama take it Kaso common
So as I have visualized myself as white Tara, so imagine the Lama to be white Tara, and then there is the portrait of Aryatara in the altar. So imagine that also to be real Aryatara.
In the Tagolia, Dagati,
and then think of the people around you, and also the local landlord spirits, Yulha and Shida, and also spirits, other spirits who are all same in not wanting suffering but wanting happiness. So the teaching that I have given to you now as to how we should, you should lessen your suffering and also increase your happiness. And so if you can think of helping, benefiting others, that you are making this life, if you live a long life, it's worthwhile living. But as it is said, if you keep doing negative actions all the time, there's a saying that made the sinners have a short life. So you should. So here, think of bringing benefit to all sentient beings.
kur gosa nosa tyo menna sering te pancha metjasa erdikchan se tung na gyal molte tene tezuk shatsut erdikpa mangpo sagana tyo se tung na gyal zute sungsul jigyot kyason
다 안다 거스 퍼버데 전주선배 동보 송양인다.
다 장축 선배
So first we are going to go through the Bodhisattva vows.
다 전주선배 동보 송니 저도 저게
So by taking the Bodhisattva vows, what you are thinking of is avoiding the infractions, the 18 root downfalls and the 46 secondary downfalls or infractions. And so you should do your best not to be tinged by these downfalls and the infractions.
Tegun smaller democho te saltum chogyat pochino, nyesha jitu jatu pochino, that to hago chukse, to sete nyespa go nyom michukcha se, tapse chogo shapo, kakchani no, so ara changchuk sembe, dombalance te sting na.
다 통말 전주선배 동보 송양인
So first, please sit crouched or kneel on your right knee for the Bodhisattva vows. I seek refuge in the three jewels. I confess each and every wrongdoing. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings. I take to heart the state of Buddhahood. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fulfill the aims of myself and others, I should develop the spirit of enlightenment. Having developed this highest spirit of enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings as my guests. I shall enact the delightful supreme enlightening practices. May I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Please repeat it for the second time, as you have done for the first time. I seek refuge in the two jewels. I confess each and every wrongdoing. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings. I take to heart the state of Buddhahood. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fulfill the aims of myself and others, I shall develop the spirit of enlightenment. Having developed the spirit of highest enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings as my guests. I shall enact the delightful, supreme enlightening practices. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Now, at the third repetition, at the end of the third repetition, feel convinced that you have received a Bodhisattva vow, unflawed, but only dedicated for the well-being of others, and also feel convinced that you have received Bodhisattva vows. I seek refuge in the three jewels. I confess each and every wrongdoing. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings. I take to heart the state of Buddhahood. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fulfill the aims of myself and others, I shall develop the spirit of enlightenment. Having developed the spirit of highest enlightenment, I shall invite all sentient beings as my guests. I shall enact the delightful, supreme enlightening practices. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. And next, so now the disciples should visualize themselves transforming into Aryatara, this lady Aryatara. So everything dissolves into emptiness first. The view of emptiness. Meditate on emptiness. Now think where you are, who you are. Of course, you are designated on the basis of the coming together of the body and the mind. So there is nothing, no I or self that exists from its own side, apart from being designated. So if you try to search for yourself, think, where am I? You will not be able to find anything as being you that you can pinpoint your finger at. So a human body, speech and mind, on the basis of the combination of these three, then we have the designation of a human being. Apart from that designation, you cannot find anything as being a human being. you will not be able to find the I or me. Therefore, usually we have the sense of an I as if it's solidly there. So now think that there is no such a solid independent I, but this I is merely designated on the basis of the mind and the body. So this I that is designated, you imagine it rising in the form of Aryatara, and therefore you have the body and the mind of Aryatara through this transformation, from within the understanding of emptiness, you arise into Aryatara with the body and mind of Aryatara, and on the basis of the body and mind of Aryatara, you say the Aryatara is here, designated. So have the sense of an I as Aryatara. So from within the state of emptiness, the disciples arise in the form of Aryatara, with one face and two hands, in the form of a 16-year-old. In the right hand, so the right hand is in the gesture of bestowing supreme siddhi, and the left hand holds the stem of Upala flower, and on top of the stem there are three one Upala flowers, one in the form of a bud, and the other slightly open, and the third open fully, representing the Buddhas of the three times. And then at your forehead, throat and heart, you have Om, Ah, Hum, these three syllables. So with regard to this initiation, so the disciples make fervent prayer to the Guru, Vajraguru. The Lama, who is in the form of Aryatara, is invoked, and from the heart of the Lama, the rays of light emit, and they strike the heart of the Aryatara. And the rays of light come to the disciples, so that your lifespans, which have been snatched away or by certain spirits and so forth, are hooked back with these rays of light, and they dissolve into the Aryatara in front, and from the Aryatara, rays of light and nectar come down to you, so that all your obstacles to life are dispelled, and the lifespans that you have lost to the spirits who have snatched it away are returned, and therefore you receive a long life initiation. So the long life, the disciples have longevity, and in merit also increase, and you receive the siddhi of immortality. So there is an expression of worship or auspiciousness to the lamas. And those lifespans that have weakened are also recovered. So all the energies of the different elements of the universe are invoked and hooked. So in the form of different lights, white, blue, green, yellow, and so forth. And so these come down to the Aryatara, and from Aryatara, rays of light and nectar flow down to you. So on the basis of the 5 elements, your lifespan that have become weak are recovered. So you have to imagine these things happening while following the ritual. May you have a long life, 100 years, and see hundreds of Buddhas, and may there be auspiciousness to you. And then next is recovering your power and lifespan. So with the blessings of the very special lamas and spiritual masters, and also the Chakravartin kings, and also the blessings of the lifespans of those who have achieved immortality, the siddhas, accomplished masters. And then the blessings also come in the form of the 7 royal objects, emblems, and so forth. And they dissolve into the Aryatara in front, and from the Aryatara flows nectar and light to you, so that you receive the blessings to recover your power and lifespan. And also you receive immortality. So the siddhi of immortality. So you have received the blessing to recover your lifespan that have weakened, and your power. So next, due to your fervent prayer to the Lama, the rays of light emit from the Lama's heart, strikes the heart of the Aryatara in front, and from there rays of light emit and invoke the blessings of the lamas and deities and so forth in the 10 directions, and they also, the blessings of them come to in the form of Aryatara and dissolve, and also the mantra, its hand symbols and seed syllable of Aryatara in the form of rays of light, white, blue and red, representing the blessings of body, speech and mind. And these, from the Aryatara, they dissolve into Aryatara, and from the Aryatara's body, speech and mind, the rays of light, white, blue and red, come forth towards you, so that your 3 places, Your forehead or crown, throat and heart are blessed with these blessings of the Aryatara, and so that you receive the siddhi of immortality as well. May there be auspiciousness through the body, speech, and mind of the three jewels. So all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas come down and sit on your crown, and from them flows the nectar of immortality. They flow down and enter your body through your crown of your body. So all the negative obstacles to your life are cleansed and they are pushed out of your body in the form of soot and like a black tar, and then all the blessings of the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and so forth come to dissolve into Aryatara, and from Aryatara the blessings flow down into you, so that you receive the blessing of body, speech, and mind of Aryatara, such that your body, speech, and mind become indivisible from the body, speech, and mind of Aryatara, a replica of Aryatara, in other words, dissolve into you. So these are the lineage masters of this particular long life initiation who are invoked, and they dissolve one to the next. They are stacked or sitting one on top of the other, and as the names are uttered, these lamas dissolve into the next one who is sitting down below. So the series of Dalai Lamas, Genji Tawa Keto, so His Holiness Root Lamas, Dr. Rinpoche, and the late senior tutor Ling Rinpoche, and they dissolve one to the next and other, and dissolve into Aryatara. So may the suffering of these disciples, the body and the mind, suffering of the body and mind of the disciples be dispelled, overcome, and may they have long life, power, wealth, and may they be blessed with renown, fame, and so forth as well. So imagine a replica of Aryatara dissolving into you as this torma is touched on your head. So may the disciples have the siddhi of immortality. So that was the long life empowerment based on the long life Dharma. So with this blessing, the disciples are blessed with Bodhichitta, nectar of Bodhichitta, and their weakened life span have been recovered. So by this blessing of the long life initiation of Aryatara, White Tara, the disciples are blessed with immortality. So the next is the long life initiation based on the nectar that was, and then the next is the long life initiation based on the pill, long life pills. So this is the essence of all the elements, and the disciples should take this and feel blessed with life of immortality. So this completes the long life initiation based on the nectar, the pill. So imagine Aryatara in the space before you, and surrounded by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and Vidyadharas. And so all of these great beings, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and so forth, recite these lines of auspiciousness which relate with the 6 paramitas, beginning with the paramita of giving, the perfection of giving, and then perfection of morality, the perfection of patience, the perfection of joyous effort, and the perfection of concentration, and the perfection of wisdom. And so through these prayers of the perfections of giving and so forth, the disciples have complete experience of the perfection of the longevity. May the lifespan of the disciples increase through these perfections. So, please repeat these lines. Just as you have, I'll do them. Just as the chief master has asked, I will pay heed to them. So this is with regards to making the pledge that you will practice bodhicitta and view of emptiness and so forth, as the master has instructed earlier. So with this, we have completed the long life initiation of based on Aryatara, White Tara. So with this, we have completed or finished the Dharma teaching this time in Khaltse. So I do not have any special things to say, but you are all very faithful and devoted. I do appreciate. So in India there is talk of caste system, and if this kind of caste system has some influence on in this part of India, there is no need of such things to happen in this part. I do talk about the to the Indians. I do talk about the fact that they do not need to talk about caste system. But we as Buddhists, of course, we are followers of Buddha and we all have the Buddha nature within ourselves. So practice bodhicitta and view of emptiness to become a Buddha for the benefit of all
제가
sentient
테네
beings.
롤카르 세왕보 테네 살살테인 송아라한 다 규자랑 테네마 따빠당 테네 탐색마 단포도 규자랑 쇼쇼자세 테네 돈파 얀 도타 마타포도 스콘도네 테보조 송 제익 송아라한 테네 스콘도네 다레 샤다 말라 샤다 zatkan 나제네 장초게 샘당 스통이 똑베 셰라볼라 냠렌 쪼고샤스포 막학자닌 송아라 다 양가 땅아 스캅스캅다 테죽레 용독바 송아라 할레 코릭 톤포노 릭 마모노 데르카네 스페라치 용독 तेबोमन मटिगानो सोवारा जगारेना तेजुक्षि योते नोपा तेकाना गोस्ते ते टिमाबो गोस्ते लदागाना त्योसोरे योटना रिक्थोमन जरकान बोतेने सिचास पमाना मटिगानो मर्ची सोवा जगारस कुंदुन का रूपे नंग जगार पाउंलांग तेना तेने लापचाबो सालाजाए सोवारा रिक्थोमन स्पेरा माशात माना ग्याला मानोस मातांग सांगमे क्योला सांग जैसे से दर्शक निंगपो 상매규라 단다요 때노세 수지기 때네 때볼라 냠렌 조나 장초게 샘스케규요 때노 동이 똑베셰랍스케규요 때노 상계규요 때네 때 선도 상매나가 단다요 때노 삼간에 삼바보 쿠르고사노세 송바상나라 상매규라 तेने दर्शक निंबो पडंडा इन मिडंडर सिस्ते रिक्थोमान सकान ब मना माडिया नो तेजुक माचो शिहे सो तेने स्कोंदो निंगहाला तेने खालोपसाला नांजिनला तेने क्युजाना स्कोंदो निंग्यामलेन जादे तेना चोस्पो क्युजाना चोगोशास्पो 각자니 내 균투 때 쪼고사노 tukje che 소아라
Wangye seche gyawe chengara Yongson gya chen lam kanze pe Desan dengdele nyordo Nangdo chunye samu tendre dan chosum turche These are lines from the words of truth by His Holiness.
나베 고베 싱간 덴벤다 안데와 마루 정베 제레 제와 덴제 야도 예자베 세데 바도 땡요제 간소 점바도 덴바니오 신도 세와 덴제 고노 제도 도바예 덴바유레 네베 다지
helicopter yang pepse helicopter purte menen ngatai kana janches manok gulches manok le on was ketches manok le dalan nima sama juaen atan sama jinurbu helicopter ina jukste helicopter pur sarte mene teni kana janches manok temre likhala atan sama jukse jinurle siril yotka sesang yotka tena zolang atan sundu yoto te sama namses ketches jinok janches man ketches manok jujule temre likhala atan sama ika juksa za chezinokjo ejinurbu helina Jans de helicopter force harte menen atan sama ika na oyong was ketches manok jujule yang helicopter thai ka sujangang donlas ke da mazat thugu phuda mazat sangma juju bakhis thugje jate jo yalea sonam shes kalwa zang mata